Y'all, as I'm reflecting, I'm realizing that I've been the servant who's been hiding his bag of gold that the king gave him in the ground. And the thing that really got me was yesterday when I was looking over all of my things, my business stuff, my personal finances, my body, how I've been stewarding what God gave me. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you, I've been dealing with anxiety since I was 12. Like, diagnosed from the doctor anxiety, and I've been doing all the things. But in the last year, I have started taking SRRIs or SIRR. What is it? It's serotonin receptor medicine. It's like a small dosage. However, but my doctor was like, you need to heal. And God told me going before this, key footage. This is me crying in the car last August. You're gonna show up in this season like you've never showed up before. Not for you, not for money, but because God put something so massive in you, and it has to be out. It has to go out. It has to go out. Y'all, I was all to pieces, but in that moment, I was just like, you have to heal on purpose so that you can be in purpose. And I didn't know until my doctor asked me, because I was given that medicine in April. I just never took it. I paid $50 after my insurance paid for the rest, and I had it, never took it. And she was like, you need to take it. You need to take it because of all the things that are stacked up against you. You don't know how to handle what's going on. Will you learn? Yes. But where the state that you're in right now, you can't. And that affected me because as much of a believer as I've always been, having anxiety and dealing with anxiety as like a literal chemical imbalance, just like my body makeup, my response to trauma, all the things, that is something that I've been dealing with. And I'm just like, wow, could I be a sad girl and a saved girl? And that was something that God has had me think about all sad girl season, right? It's spring. And initially when God gave me, can you be a sad girl and can you be a saved girl? Initially, my answer was absolutely, because I'm saved and I'm dealing with things and I'm sad. However, after learning, after reading my word, after praying, after fasting, after seeing the hand of God on my life, yes, can you be saved and deal with anxiety? Can you be saved and still be depressed? Absolutely. But that's not what God has for you. That's not the portion that God wants us to be living in. Yes, I'm saved, but I'm holding on to the plague. That's not what he wants. So I've been on this journey of healing on purpose, and that goes down to my self-discipline with my food, what I do with my body, the kind of company that I keep, the kind of conversations that I have, the truth that I speak, what I speak in general, and what content I consume, whether it be music, whether it be social media, and also how I show up in the world. And all of these things I've been keeping to myself. All of these things I've been like sprinkling around people that know me. But if I can be completely honest, the greatest desire is to share, like give it away. I don't want it, because it's like I'm free. Like the freedom that I've been experiencing over the last few months is amazing, but it's not like understanding that your gifts aren't for you. And if you can think about like what the other servants did with that money, you can really see like they multiplied it. I want to multiply. I am called to multiply. I've been frustrated with God with how he called me to multiply because it didn't look like how I saw everybody else multiplying. And that is okay, because I'm not called to multiply like everybody else is called to multiply. You're not called to multiply how everybody else is called to multiply. No matter how you're still called to do so. The simplicity in what God called me to do, to multiply, seemed kind of crazy. It kind of felt like not fair to everybody else because it seemed fun. It seemed easy, but that's what God called me to do. I was created to do certain things that if somebody else was put in my position, they wouldn't know what or how to do it. But for me, it's what's easy for me because God created me for that. I've been feeling guilty, and I can say that anxiety hasn't been controlling me in my day-to-day life, but anxiety and fear has been controlling me in my spiritual life. And so in this next season of my life, I am going to live out loud. I'm going to live on purpose so that I can be in purpose. There are certain things that God has called me to that just have to get lived out. I am no longer afraid. I'm no longer afraid. And I have to declare that